Hey guys, by this stage you knew it was coming. This is the announcement for Operation Icestorm Week here on Beasts of War. You know, every great game needs a great starter set. But until today, one of the greatest games didn't have one. But that's now changed. We're introducing Infinity Operation Icestorm, the new starter set for Infinity that contains 2 factions, terrain, everything you need. Over the course of the next week, starting on Monday, we're going to be showing you how to play this great game. We're going to be showing you more details on the factions that are in the game. And we have Killian, one of our resident Infinity experts, who's going to be looking in more detail at some of the key changes for version 3 of the rules, which is in this box. Now, we were going to make you wait for the unboxing, but we decided, no, we can't do that. So, we're going to find out what's in the box. So, Carlos, welcome back to Beasts of War, mate. It's always a pleasure to have you.
And it's a pleasure to be here.
I have been waiting with bated breath for this moment to be able to open this up and have a look inside. So what we have is representative of the final product, but this is a prototype. So
yes,
there are some slight differences just to the packaging and things.
Yes, the cardboard of the exterior will be stronger, and the inner box, I will tell you now.
Mm-hmm. So, this is the box. It looks absolutely beautiful. So a superb piece of artwork. And
important stuff.
This is an important thing. You'll find out later in the video what's going on here. But in the first, I believe, 5,000 copies of this, there's an exclusive miniature.
If you pre-order the box, and it will come with this sticker, and that means that it will have an exclusive miniature. Fantastic,
fantastic. So who was behind the artwork first before we delve deeper into the box?
Oh, there is a Chinese artist. His name is Ho Seng Hui. Very professional guy, always respect deadlines, and he really took the work of making this cover. Everything is in separate layers. You can get rid of this guy and see all the rest of the background, the fluff. It takes a lot of time and effort from him. And we are very demanding with our work, so we had a lot of changes to ask for him. But excellent cover, we're very happy with it. Yeah,
it looks superb. In the box is the 2 armies. So here we have the Nomads, and on this side here we have the PanOceania. So that's the 2 factions that are in there. And then on the back of the box, you can start to see the content. So you can see the terrain, the playing mat, the tokens, the armies. You're going to be a bit spoilt with this one. Okay, so kicking off, let's get it open. Now, in the final production version, the cardboard's a little bit heavier than what we have here.
Yes, and it will be white, not brown.
And so this is going to be white. So let me get this opened. We can start to see what's inside. So inside, we have our 2 boxes of miniatures, stamped so as you know exactly what you're getting. So we have our PanOceania, our Nomads. You have a bag of dice. Now, one of the great things about the dice in this particular set is it's got the faction logos on the dice as well, which is a really nice touch. So we'll just quickly show you those. So each of the blue dice has the PanOceania logo, and the red dice has the Nomads logo. We have the limited edition miniature, which will be coming to later.
We have
the rule book
with the markers on the other side,
and we'll be coming to that a little bit later as well. And
yes, let's take a look at it.
Finally, we have this package, which contains the battlefield. So, if you don't mind, Carlos, I want to crack this open first because I want to see the playscape. I want to see what people are going to be playing on.
Yeah. This is the Mototronica scenery pack. This is supposed to be some high-tech installations of the Mototronica company. In Infinity Lab, this company that is called Mototronica is like a military contractor. They develop technology and weapons from the PanOceania faction.
Yeah. So Mototronica, this is their kind of factory or weapons development facility.
Secret facility where they are making their investigations.
So we have a cover here, which shows you the final result.
Yes.
And then on the back of that, you have the instructions for putting together the terrain. So we have 4 buildings. And this is the buildings here. So there's 2 of each type, 2 of the blue ones, and then 2 of these kind of more yellow.
The power hubs.
Power hubs. And then also in there, you have
6 containers from different companies of the Infinity Fluff, like Icestorm, Mototronica also, and there is a transportation company here that is a Compass transportation company. Yes. So the thing is, well, the containers, they have the same size of the containers that are needed for the maglev train. So, in fact, all the textures for this terrain were made by Marcos Hidalgo, a friend of the company that has made the maglev train, the container for the maglev train. He has made...
For anybody that's new to Infinity, the maglev train is a free download, a free papercraft download that you can use, that's used with the Campaign Paradiso
and also an excellent product of Bandwa War Games, who decided to make the whole train as a HDF piece of terrain.
Oh, so it's also available in an HDF laser cut version?
Yeah, because some people want to make their train super awesome.
Yeah.
Apart from that, I remember that Marcos made some vehicles at the early beginnings of Infinity. At the beginning, he made the Samsara vehicle and the Chicken Hawk, a flying ship, in those times where people were desperately looking for terrain, and he came up with free for download pieces of terrain. Excellent stuff. And now Anteno City is going to make the Samsara as a real product, you know, resin and stuff. So you're very quick.
I have one of the buildings ready. So I'm just going to set these to the side for a moment, because the other thing that you have in here is a playmat. So let's open that up so as we can start to see what the facility itself is going to look like. Okay, so we have that laid out. So again, the textures are absolutely beautiful, and there's a clarity to the texture. Sometimes you get playmats and things like that, they almost have too much going on in them, and they start to lose a little bit of definition. I'm delighted looking at this one because there's a ton of definition there. It looks great, and the textures are pixel perfect. So once you've laid it out, you can start to put your buildings and stuff on. Now, to save time, I actually have a few of these that we have already put together. So let me just put these down here. This is the exact contents of the box. So, Carlos, if you want to lay those out, I want to show people something very interesting. The actual buildings themselves have been sized to match with the Infinity kind of product boxes. So if you have some of these laying around in your Infinity collection, or whenever you buy this box, if you buy maybe a couple of additional boxes, and we're going to be doing a Battle Box and Beyond later in the week, where we're going to be talking about if you want to expand either your PanOceania force or your Nomads force, where you could look next. If you have boxes like this, they actually are designed to fit right in to the terrain pieces to give them that little bit more rigidity. So I just put this together.
You can use also the toolbox that comes into the Operation Icestorm box.
So either the cardboard or the actual colored Infinity boxes, and you just grab the box, pop it down over the top, and let me just try that once more. So pop it down. There we go. And then we just take the lid and pop the lid on, and that gives you a solid base from now to have your miniatures standing on.
Yeah, it fits inside, so that is because they have this size. Because you can reuse all the packs of all Infinity products because all the boxes of all Infinity products have the same size.
Yeah.
So better for everyone.
So as you can see, you get a ton of terrain pieces that you could use in a game of Infinity. So you have absolutely no problem of terrain density.
For 4 buildings and 6 containers, yes.
Yeah.
And well, something I like is that these containers are little boxes. So I mean, for taking all your dice and all your markers and stuff, these are perfect.
Yeah, and they go together perfectly without glue, which is really good because it means that whenever you're finished playing, you can pack all it up, fold it down flat again. Now, that's great from the point of view of a starter box, but can I just say it's also a fantastic thing to see this terrain now, because I know that tournament organizers all around the world are throwing their hands up in joy saying, oh, finally, we have some pre-printed card terrain that they can use in tournaments to very quickly put out stunning looking gaming tables.
I can say that this will also be sold separately. So if people enjoy this very much, they can buy more of this stuff. Because with 3 of these or 4 of these, they will can make a huge table, like a huge Mototronica table.
Yeah. So Carlos, the terrain looks fabulous. However, it's all about the minis, man. I want to see. Now, the miniatures, there's 2 factions,
yes.
PanOceania, Nomads.
Yes.
Some things of note. Firstly, all 100% new sculpts. Everything that's in this box is brand new. There's nothing that's been reused or whatever. It's all brand new.
Completely. It's even also the new art direction that we're taking with Infinity, because this is 3rd edition. This is a new beginning.
Yeah.
Let's say that. So PanOceania and Nomads has been all redesigned. Okay.
Yeah.
We get to the panels and decide again how do they look from the light infantry to the heavy infantry. You know.
Yeah.
And decide to get rid of some colors and focus on the blues. Many artistic decisions were made because the timing is perfect now for releasing this kind of product.
Yes.
3rd edition is coming. Let's make a 2-player battle box, and let's use that moment also for redesigning the basic stuff. Let's re-begin again. Let's reboot the Infinity, maybe something like that. So a lot of effort was put into this, into making look the best we can, and making these miniatures be the base for the future upcoming miniatures for Pano, for Nomads, for everyone else. Also the 3D modeling, also this will be the basic body male for humans. Or female, that kind of stuff. So
this box is very representative of the future of where Infinity's headed in terms of, you know, the new artistic direction on the actual miniatures.
Yes.
You know, this is the first glimpse of the version 3 rules. You know, so that people getting into this will from day 1 be starting to play in the style of version 3.
Very beginner friendly, also very focused. Also the rules and stuff to make it understand again how does it goes. Okay, because a veteran player won't have any problem with this, but this you have to focus on the beginners.
Now, one of the other things is we had a very interesting conversation actually, because the miniatures are metal, and I did query you about this. Of why not go down the route of plastic miniatures and things like that? But you had a very interesting response in that Corvus Belli very specifically chose to put metal miniatures into this because this box set is supposed to be representative of the Infinity hobby, and so there's nothing in this box set in terms of the miniatures and things that's any different from the expanding Infinity hobby that hopefully somebody playing this will start to branch into.
I see this box as the spearhead of Infinity for beginners, for people who hasn't got into Infinity yet. The first experience with Corvus Belli products will be this box for many of them. I am pretty sure of that. So we have to sell something that is representative of the range, and if they buy any other product of the range, it has to be the same quality, it has to be the same stuff, not something different. So this is not a tabletop, which I got it and it's done. It's the first step into getting more and more stuff and realizing that, wow, I enjoy this very much. But there's a world there of other tool profiles, skills, abilities, stuff, super robots, super snipers, lots of stuff yet to be discovered by after this first experience.
Yeah.
It has to be something like that.
Okay, right. Let's get a look at the miniatures. First up, we have the PanOceania box. So I'll just give you a quick glimpse inside, and then Carlos will start to take us through what's in there.
Okay, one by one. I begin with the basic line infantry, okay, because it's the best way to begin. Okay, we have here. Oh, I like this guy very much. This is a Fusilier. I'm going to put the bits right here, and then I have a surprise for you.
Okay.
Okay, this is a PanOceania Fusilier.
Fusilier, okay, yeah.
The classic true profile of PanOceania, the first true profile that everybody enjoys with the first starter box. This is something that was already released back in 2005. And now we have remade the design and the sculpts and everything. Everybody was asking for these sculpts. Let's see how this guy looks when painted and assembled, because I have here, Warren, for you, painted copies of the Icestorm box. So, this is how the new Fusiliers look like when painted and assembled. These miniatures, all the painted copies that I'm bringing here, were painted by Jose Vega from Custom Meeple, the guy from Custom Meeple.
Custom Meeple, a great little company that they're doing terrain pieces, they do custom cut in templates and things like that, and they're massively into their Infinity.
Okay, let's go with another Fusilier. I'm going to place the bits.
Now he's carrying a combi rifle, correct? Which is a standard rifle for the line troopers.
Yes, yes. The most common weapon in the whole Icestorm box is the combi rifle, because all the Alguacils and the Fusiliers have it.
Yeah.
And also the rest of the miniatures, most of them have the combi rifle. So there we go with another Fusilier. Let's see how this guy looks when painted and assembled. Here it is. The blue guys with the blue berets, classic Infinity image, because these were like the first miniatures, and the most successful box back in the day, back in 2005, were the Pano box. Yeah, because they sell this blue image of them that is like, we are the blue guys, we are the good guys. Yeah, some other people hate them.
Okay, what have we got next? Another Fusilier?
Yes, the third one, the female Fusilier. There are 2 males and 1 female. Okay, all bags come with a complaint code for if there is any missing piece, missing bit, something like that. So everybody can communicate with Corvus Belli. So if there's an issue, there's a code in every bag that they can communicate with you guys to say, this is the miniature I'm having problems with. Yeah. But we're getting very good at that lately. Less issues than ever, I guess. Yeah. We're more control into that. Okay, female Fusilier, of course blonde, because with blue colors, blonde looks beautiful. Yep. Painted, as I told you, by Jose from Custom Meeple. All the high quality resolution photos of this box are the painted Angel Giraldez versions. Yes. Which are, Angel paints completely incredible skills. I'm going to show you, no, not this one. I'm going to show this one over here. I'm skipping the best for the end. Okay. So, this, more bits, more stuff. This is the Nice from Svalarheima. And, well, this whole battle happens in Svalarheima, so very appropriate guy. He has a long coat and a sniper rifle. This is not using a combi rifle. The final miniature is this one. I like this one very much, because there was already another miniature of a Nice with a sniper rifle. It was a female, and it was beautifully prone in the ground, but this guy looks excellent. The snipers in Infinity are very important because they usually have lots of attention in the battlefield. They're usually the people who dominate the battlefield. Yes, yeah. And
All of these miniatures are all from the new 3D sculpting process that you guys have been implementing.
Yes, all the Pano miniatures have been sculpted by Fausto Gutierrez, which has been, that guy has been like a revolution for Infinity. Very productive guy, very nice to work with, very nice guy. The kind of guy that is more focused into getting things done beautifully and getting things done in a productive way than, you know, easy to work with, easy to tell him, change this, change that, and making changes in 3D modeling is also very easy.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at the Achilles Sikh Commandos. It's a Sikh, an Indian.
Yeah, so the Achilles Sikh Commandos. And what's he carrying? A combi rifle again this time?
Combi rifle, yes. And this guy is the guy who can perform the combat jump. Has combat
Lovely.
jump. Has like a jetpack and is a paratrooper. Very effective.
Yeah.
Has some little green dots on it because that is their sectorial color. Usually Pano has some little bits of color that makes them recognized.
So you have the overall PanOceania faction, but then you have the different sectorial armies within that faction, and they each have their own kind of logos and a little splash of color.
Yes, correctly. And so the Achilles Commando is from Acontecimiento.
Yep.
The Nice is from Esolargeima, which will be a sectorial army that is not yet released, but will be released at some point.
And if you're new to Infinity and you're struggling with some of the names, don't worry about it, because I've been with Infinity for a while and I still struggle with the names, but it doesn't impact on the fun one iota. So
even Spaniards struggle with the names from Infinity, so it's because they're names from all around the world, from Indonesia and stuff. I'm putting here the bits of the Orc Troop, one of the best looking miniatures of this box. The Orc Troop is the classic heavy infantry of Pano, and when assembled and painted, looks like this.
Oh wow! Look at that.
I like this miniature very much because it's like a remake of the classic Orc Troop, and it has a very similar pose, but it now looks much more powerful.
Yeah.
As I said, Fausto Gutierrez, the sculptor, is very, very talented. And I'm saving the rest.
It's on miniatures like this that you can start to see where the new art direction is going, and the larger surfaces and things like that. You know, to allow, you know, the miniature to really pop. You know, from a distance. That's just absolutely fantastic.
I like the Orc very much also. The Orc is rivalizing within the Pano miniatures with this guy, which is more special than the rest.
Yeah.
This is the Father Knight, okay? And this is the exclusive Pano miniature from the Operation Icestorm box.
So this miniature is only, whereas these miniatures they're going to end up in a PanOceania starter set at some point further down the line. But this miniature will only ever be available in the Icestorm box. Okay.
That is the point. At some point, the Pano starter box and the Nomads starter box will be sold separately. But if you buy the Operation Icestorm box, you will also receive some exclusive Pano miniature and some exclusive Nomad miniature. For Pano, here are the bits. We have a knight, because of course, if we are going to represent Infinity, there has to be a knight.
Yes.
So here it is. This is how it looks like. This is the Father Knight. Okay, it's a heavy infantry troop specializing close combat with a huge sword, and he's not stepping into a rock, as many people in the forum sometimes complain. He's stepping into a piece of nomad armor, so he has already killed.
Okay, so he's already sorted somebody out.
Yeah.
Now, if you're interested in the background to PanOceania and the Nomads, next week during Operation Icestorm Week, we're going to have a couple of short videos just looking at presenting the background, the factions of PanOceania and Nomads.
So we have all together here all the Pano miniatures. This is how the Pano army from Operation Icestorm finally looks like.
Yeah.
A very iconic image of all the blue troops all together. Very also PanOceania has a very coherent look. No one looks very different. You know, no one is completely out of the photo for their looks, because it's the most
uniform.
Uniform.
Yeah,
you said it, army. The color is very predominant, and the looks also. The armors are very modular in the way that they may change something, but you always recognize that the base of the heavy infantry armors are like the same lines of design from Pano. So this is how Pano finally looks like in Operation Icestorm.
Fantastic. So, okay, well, that's PanOceania. Let's get a look at the Nomads. So here we have the Nomads box. So just to give you a quick glimpse inside, and here, Carlos, I will give that to you, and you can start to take us through what we get in the Nomads box. Now, is there a kind of like a points value for each of the armies that are in the box?
Yes, in fact, the most of the troops has between Nomads and Pano have very similar values. The Fusiliers cost like 10 points, and also their mirror troop, we can say something like that, I'm trying to express the best I can, will be the alguacils from Corregidor. Okay, so this is the basic line infantry from the Nomads. Okay, so here we have one of them. I know who is this guy, yes. So as Pano has Fusiliers, Nomads has alguaciles, and this guy, when it's already assembled and painted, looks like this. Okay, and now we're going for the iconic image that we decided to go with this box: red versus blue. Yeah. Okay, part of the decision of why Nomads against Pano. Apart from that, we were very looking forward to resculpt some classic miniatures, is that it's going to work. Red versus blue is very iconic. Yeah. Very easy to learn the rules with, very easy to explain the rules with. So now I'm going to show you the female alguacil from Corregidor. Corregidor is one of the Nomad sectorial armies, and is one of the most red colored in the way of the decisions about color were taken with these kind of miniatures. Yeah. So when the bit's here, let me show you the final painted miniature, which is here. This is the female alguacil, female figure. I must say, all the miniatures from the Nomads side were sculpted in 3D by Javier Ureña. So we are facing not just a battle of factions here, a battle of sculptors.
It's the battle of the sculptors.
Also.
Wow, they're fabulous. The detail on the faces, the detail, you know, in the armor cladding, even the detail on the very weapons. It's extraordinary. Just what is there in these miniatures, and that's important because, you know, those little details actually mean that the miniatures will be just that little bit easier to paint, because you could use like a wash, and the wash will go into the recesses and really
take a look at this one. This has a lot of personality. It's a Latino alguacil. Yeah.
Look at the grin on the face on that guy. It is fabulous.
I enjoy this one very much. I think that...
so is he's another standard line trooper carrying a combi rifle?
Yes, but because the Nomad are a little more badass people from the space, and a little has more charisma. Instead of having all the blue beret on the head or something like that, these are more like, you know, you see a little character on each of every one of those. You look at the other one, has piercings on the ears and kind of stuff. That adds a little more charisma into those troops. I have here an excellent troop, one of the most deadly troops probably from the box, which is the Spectre from Tunguska. Tunguska is another sectorial army of the Nomads. Here are the bits. I like very much how this miniature finally turned out. Not a lot of pieces, but very effective miniature. I'm going to show you how does it looks when it's finally assembled and painted.
Now a Spectre has like a cloaking kind of a rule, and you know, and can turn invisible on the battlefield.
Yeah, it has one of the most powerful skills, also the most complicated to explain. But it's
okay. We have a video coming out next week where we're going to be looking in detail at camouflage and things like that. So.
Yes, I like very much this miniature. Dynamic with the knife on his hand. Skirmishers are very usually very attractive miniatures to make for sculptors. I know that they enjoy very much with the posing of the sneaky guy, the silent guy that is hiding
in the shadows. Fantastic.
Okay, I'm going to show you. People is very interested in this way, and we're going to reveal something very, very special with this. Okay, because this is a new troop profile of a never seen before troop, and this is the big reveal for him. Okay, this is the sniper of the Nomads in this box. Okay?
Wow.
This is how the bits look, and the final assembled miniature is this one. And this is
stunning. Yeah.
And this is a Granther from Tunguska. This is a new true profile. Okay, this guy has multispectral visor level 1, which in 3rd edition it's a little better than in 2nd edition. And it's from
now, what is for those that don't know, a multispectral visor is what allows that unit to stand a better chance of uncovering a camouflaged unit or a unit that's hidden in some way.
Yeah, what the multispectral visors do is to nullify the negative modifiers that usually some troops have. So the negative modifier for you, because you are looking at a troop that probably has TO camo and is like a ghost for you, but if you have multispectral visor, you can see him.
Okay.
It's basically like that. In different levels, okay, but it works like that. Nullifying the usual advantages that some troops
certainly
have.
For a sniper, that's quite an important thing for him to have.
Take a look at how many bits there are inside this little bag here.
Wow, yep.
Because this is like the guy who's stealing the photo. Every time I take a photo of the Nomads for this box, this guy is the one who is like, I want to have all the attention. Is the diva of the box, probably. This is the new mobile Brigada from Corregidor with his backpack, his arms, his weapons, his super helmet, his antennas. And when you assemble this guy and you put all the paint in him and you care about all the details, he looks like this.
Oh, wow.
We are very happy with the...
Yeah, that's turned out really well.
Yeah, and this 3D model is... They're sharing the 3D modeling with previous heavy infantry. The heavy infantry that jump out of the Iguana attack has some similarities with this, but I really like the super detail that they put on the torso, on the abdominals, and also the texture on the arms. This is the diva of the Nomads.
Yeah.
He's still in the photo constantly. Let's take a look at the back here.
Now, again, all these miniatures are in metal, which means you're going to be using things like super glue to put them together. But it gives you a really good, I don't know, representation of what the Infinity hobby is all about. Because everything else in the range is going to be of a similar kind of construction and certainly of a similar quality. So if you enjoy, building, painting, playing with this box set, you know exactly what you're letting yourself in for.
And you know that you have like an ocean of more than 500 miniatures out there to jump in, because we are not creating something new here. This is an already successful game, I will say that, because it's getting more and more players, and the company is growing, and the fan base is growing. So it's like a first step for jumping into something that is has many people likes. Okay.
Yeah.
So what I'm showing here are the bits of the exclusive miniature for the Nomads in this box. Okay.
Okay. So this is
not to be sold separately.
Whereas what I see here will ultimately end up in a new Nomad starter set at some point. This miniature for the Nomads is only available in Operation Icestorm. The box. Okay.
So this is the Reverend Healer, and when assembled and painted, looks like this. This is there is a sectoral army named Bakunin, and in Bakunin there is a completely religion-free. Everybody can join any kind of religion.
Yes.
And one of those religions is the observancy. From that religious cult, there are the Moiras, the Reverend Moiras, and also the Reverend Custodiers. And this is a Reverend Healer that will be able to make fire teams with the Moiras and has the doctor skill, so he can heal the Moires.
Yeah.
As the name suggests. So these 7 miniatures altogether. As you can see, the look of some of them is not as uniform as the blue ones in PanOceania, because this army is a little more badass. Okay, the identity of the sectorial armies is more obvious when you take a look at them. The darker miniatures are from Tunguska. Sometimes if they have white and orange, they are from Makunin. The red ones are for Corregidor. Everybody has like more personality. Okay, this is an army made of, you know, characters almost.
Whereas one army is militaristic and line troopers, the other army is more characterful, you know, each of the characters, each of the miniatures is brimming with character.
Yeah, more like mercenaries, because, well, Corregidor is a sectoral army that also has been created because they also be played as mercenaries. They also sell their services as army for, you know, companies and all stuff.
Yeah.
So we have here the 14 total miniatures of Operation Icestorm.
Now there's one more miniature, but it's only for people that pre-order the box.
That's right.
So there'll be the first run of this box. This box in total is quite limited edition because there's only going to be 5,000 of this box.
Yes.
But for those people that pre-order,
yes,
and for those people that buy at Gen Con, I would imagine,
also yes, correct.
They get they'll see a little yellow sticker on there. And if you have a little yellow sticker, it means you have an exclusive miniature in the box.
Yes, and that is something that I would like to advise everyone. Okay, go for the yellow sticker, because if you like this box, and there are also just 5,000 copies of it, I guess that probably next year is going to sold out. So if the life of this product is so limited, go for the yellow sticker, go for the pre-order and get more miniatures for your money.
Okay.
Because maybe you end up with no Operation Icestorm boxes available.
Well, I'll tell you what, let's get a look at that miniature till we see just exactly what it looks like.
Okay, give me that little bag over there. Here it is. Okay, let me tell you about this. These are the bits of the CSU, Corporate Security Unit.
A CSU, okay.
This is a mercenary miniature, okay? And it will have a new troop profile that will come in the Operation Icestorm rulebook, and of course the expanded profile in the Infinity Third Edition book.
Yeah.
It's not from Pano, it's not from Nomads, it's a mercenary, okay? And it's the kind of super bodyguard or executive soldier of a corporation. So probably Mototronica has hired this woman here, okay? The last mission of the Operation Icestorm rulebook, when you play the full battle, okay, with the 7th miniatures for Nomads and Pano, has this true profile already in there. She's shooting at everyone because the factory has been assaulted by all these soldiers. So it's a mercenary, has a little role in the Operation Icestorm box, and if you pre-order the box, you get the miniature. Okay, so once we have assembled and painted, this miniature look like this.
Right.
So by the looks, you can see that it's like a VIP from a company, and suddenly her suitcase becomes like
a combi weapon,
like a
combi rifle.
It's a transformer weapon, something like that, and shoots everyone and gives death to everyone. So once again, my advice: pre-order the box, and you will have more miniatures for the same money.
Yeah. Perfect. Well, that is a look at the miniatures. So, Carlos, we've looked at the terrain, we've looked at the miniatures. Last but not least, and probably most importantly, let's get a look through the actual rules package that comes with the game. So, in this package, we have the rule books and the actual counters and tokens as well.
Yeah, I think that's something for
I just dropped something there, so let me grab that.
Okay, what we can see here in the close-up is the new, thank you, the new circular template for Infinity, same size and same uses as the previous template. The difference is just the way the numbers are now spread in the template that will interact with some rules like scattering. Okay? Now here we have some unconscious markers. A CSU marker for playing with the final mission with the CSU, because you can use a marker if you don't have the pre-order miniature for the final mission. Some order tokens. The green ones are the regular order tokens, the most usual. The yellow ones are the irregular order. And why so many yellow ones when no miniature in this box is an irregular miniature? We will go into that later when explaining the rules of third edition. A Tio Camo marker for the Spectre, and the Lieutenant Order, which now, let me try to, here it is. The Lieutenant Order, this blue order here, usually was in second edition was not represented by a particular marker. Now rules of third edition, we will get into that. The Lieutenant Order is represented by a particular marker. And here something that people will consider very, very important, which is the Silhouette template. Silhouette 2, because all the miniatures involved in Operation Icestorm has the attribute of Silhouette 2. Silhouette is something that a new number that will feature in all true profiles for third edition that describes which silhouette template they have to be used for checking line of fire at every moment during the game.
So line of fire in third edition Infinity uses a silhouette mechanic where you basically have each troop profile will state what silhouette size it is. So
for clarifying any doubt or any disagreement between players about if there is line of fire or not, using the template.
So it doesn't matter how you model your miniatures or do whatever you want, it's the silhouette template that gives you the ultimate line of fire decision.
And it's the same for all the miniatures. Even if this has the sword above his head or this arm so extend from the base, the silhouette template is for clarifying those questions. Also, something very, very useful for this is that whenever you could buy a new rulebook and lots of new troop profiles are there and some of them doesn't have miniature, the silhouette attribute, gives you an idea of how does this model looks, what base does it needs, what silhouette does it has, so you can proxy that model until the model comes. You know that it's big base, this size, this other size, so you can make an idea of, is that a tag or a mini tag, is that huge, is that small? Clarifies a lot of stuff that with second edition was like in the air until the miniature comes, and for a range of more than 500 miniatures, trying to write rules, considering all the peculiarities of every miniature, I mean, every pose and every
because there's
moment.
nothing static about the miniatures in the game Infinity. They're always very dynamic.
And in a game where line of fire is something that means life or death in a very dramatic way. So silhouette templates clarify all doubts, unify all the particular cases, particular things that can become questions on the forum or something like that. With silhouette templates, the game gets more solid. It's something like that,
Okay, let's take a look at the rule book as well now. So this is my first opportunity to get to see it. So Carlos, let me let you take me through it. So is there multiple languages in the rule book? Or?
Yeah, well, the first thing you flip it over, the Spanish rule book and the English rule book, just like that.
Okay.
Okay, let's go through it. Well, usual rule book, some artwork never seen before artwork. Will be very interesting for people. An introduction of all the troops. Here we go, with some fluff and stuff, and the narrative, the fluff of the campaign. A little storytelling for knowing where are we heading. There we go with the usual layout for the mission. As this book goes on, it introduces more and more rules and more troops. So the first mission will be just Fusiliers against Alguacils, killing each other, nothing else. So you can get used to use the markers, okay? Because if this is a completely new player, he will be learning, okay, so I can spend all the green markers in every miniature that I want. This is a miniaturing tool also that comes with markers, so no problem with everything. Everybody moves 4 inches, sorry.
So the book is laid out to guide people through the game, almost like a little mini campaign, isn't it?
Yes.
So it's step by step, and it introduces new rules.
It's the best
at each
way.
step.
Instead of telling you suddenly all the rules and putting to play, no. First mission, very simple. Kill each other, just using 3-line troopers.
Yeah.
What do you need to play this mission? What do you need to learn to play this mission? That's the rules. Next mission. And we go to the next mission. This is the first mission with explaining the order, spending sequence, how to measure. That is recommended deployment of the terrain also. And now mission 2, another mission. And now we are putting in this mission the Orc and the Mobile Brigada, apart from the 3-line troopers.
Yeah.
And now you learn how the Special Lieutenant Order goes. And building over and over, step by step. You will be learning how to play Infinity until reaching the final mission when everybody is fighting each other, fighting even with the VIP, with the CSU, and having the final experience. And then after that, and after playing the battle box a few more times, is when the beginner player has to realize there is a world out there of more troop profiles, weapons, skills, situations. There is an ITS tournament system going with people.
There's tournaments, there's the campaign book, there's a whole plethora of options that you can get into should you decide that this is the hobby for you. Carlos, look, thank you very much. I've got to say, I'm so excited by this box set. It's something that we're seeing now that the game companies are really going to town on the starter experience for us coming into new games. And once again, we have a box set here that has the terrain, it has the miniatures, it has the gaming surface, and you're getting the full Infinity experience straight out of the starter box. It's it really is the perfect introduction for you and a mate to get into Infinity. Carlos, look, thank you very much for taking the time to show it. Guys, Operation Icestorm Week will be upon us. It's starting on Monday. We're going to be looking at how to play the game. We're going to be looking at some of the changes that people will see from the starter set and how things have changed from version 2 of the rules to version 3 of the rules. We're going to be looking at the factions. We have a full week of activity. So stay tuned for that. We're looking forward to seeing you. And yeah, happy gaming.